From CBS News Bay Area, this is the Evening Edition.
And a deadly and unprecedented attack sparking new violence between Israel and Hamas, leaving hundreds dead, dozens tonight taken hostage. Good evening, everybody. I'm Reed Cowan. Brian and Andrea are off tonight. We start in the Middle East. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu declaring war on Hamas after fighters from the Palestinian group launched an early morning attack on Israel from occupied Gaza. Israel says 250 Israelis were killed and launched counter airstrikes, which killed at least 232 in Gaza. That's according to the Palestinian Health Ministry. Close to 2,000 are injured so far in one of the biggest escalations of ongoing violence in years.
A barrage of missiles suddenly jolted Israelis Saturday morning during a religious holiday. Palestinian militants launched thousands of rockets, followed by a coordinated land and sea attack against Israeli towns near the Gaza Strip. Hamas fighters took down part of a border fence and celebrated on top of a captured tank. With sirens wailing, some people took cover, while the injured were rushed to hospitals. Hundreds of people were killed. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu declared war and wasted little time retaliating. Israeli bombs took down a 14-story building in Gaza City believed to house Hamas offices, and troops battled Hamas gunmen in numerous towns near the Gaza Strip. Military commanders say a number of Israeli soldiers and civilians have been captured and taken into Gaza.
You know, many people have died already, and we hear about people being kidnapped and taken either from the military base or even from the home.
Tensions have been high between Israel and the Palestinians in recent months, which have some questioning why Israeli intelligence did not see such a coordinated attack coming. Israel is now calling up thousands of reserves for what could be one of the bloodiest conflicts in decades.
Ian Lee with that report. President Joe Biden spoke in strong support of Israel. The U.S. continually provides about $3.8 billion a year to the Israeli military. That's according to a report in the Congressional Research Service. Hamas says the attack is a response to the 16-year blockade of Gaza and that the battle will continue until they say Palestinians are free. Meanwhile, the president saying Israel has a right to defend itself. Airlines have been avoiding Israeli airspace. Travelers from the Bay Area are feeling the impact. In fact, this is a live look at SFO right now, where a flight left for Tel Aviv last night, soon before word of the violence broke out. It turned around over Greenland and then brought the passengers right back here this morning. That's according to the flight tracking website FlightAware. Now, that site shows that more than 80 flights are canceled to Tel Aviv and out of Tel Aviv, including Delta, American Airlines, and the German airline Lufthansa. We'll be watching that one closely. Now, we coming home now are aware that all of this is playing out while we're seeing the might of the U.S. military flying around the Bay, San Francisco, Oakland, and San Jose, also enjoying clear skies. But with clear skies, it's been hot, right? A heat advisory has been in place since late Thursday morning. That finally expires tonight at 11 o'clock. And Darren Peck is here with the rest of this weekend outlook. Darren.
Read, that heat advisory is for those three places, not the inland valleys, Concord, Livermore, Santa Rosa. You guys are hotter in the 90s. But the heat advisory is here in the immediate Bay, and I'll show you why that is in 1 second. If you look at what we did for daytime highs, and these are now the officials for the day, by the way, they just came in, made it to 96 in Concord. No heat advisory there. But for San Jose, 94, Oakland, 92, and San Francisco at 86, we do have a heat advisory there. And when we look at what the averages are, that hopefully helps explain this. Your averages here are in the 70s. You know, you've lived through a summer inland where you've gotten somewhat acclimated to temperatures like this, but in the Bay you haven't. So if we look at the current numbers, it's still 88 in San Jose, 89 in San Mateo, 81 in Oakland, and if we superimpose on top of this, that heat advisory, now you can see what I'm talking about. The immediate Bay's got it. Goes till 11 o'clock tonight. Go easy on yourself. If you feel a little lightheaded at times outside today, don't rule out it's probably the warmth and you weren't expecting it. Tomorrow is not like this. Once we get through with the heat advisory for tonight, we don't have any more. And look what comes back tomorrow morning. We're going to wake up to the marine layer in the Bay where we really needed it the most. We'll talk about what that means for Fleet Week, or at least the last day of it. And then more importantly, the next chance for rain is coming fast. We're going to look at that one as well. For now, Reed, back to you.
Well, you stand a little taller when you hear that music and when you see this. The Blue Angels put on quite a performance over the San Francisco Bay for Fleet Week. The air show draws huge crowds to the city every year. A special formation this year honoring Fleet Week founder, the late Senator Dianne Feinstein.
Fleet Week Saturdays are all about the air show, and thousands of people showed up to view these magnificent machines. But there was also a touching human tribute for the person responsible for starting it all. Once again, Marina Green was filled with people who came to marvel at some of man's most amazing machines. The air show kicked off with a low-level pass of a United 777 airliner. But when the smaller planes took over, the moves got a lot fancier. At least that's how 11-year-old Timmy saw it.
To see planes flying that fast and so low and making such amazing stunts is just really cool.
Another highlight was an appearance of an F-35, the most advanced and most expensive airplane in the world. At about $135 million each, the jet can do anything others do, but also has the ability to take off and land vertically and hover like a helicopter. Watching proudly from the crowd was Fernando Cruz. His son was one of the lead designers of the aircraft's avionics.
Everything he has done in his life, he has accomplished, and I feel very proud.
Some of the things that they can create for the military is going out there is amazing. These machines are incredible.
But the show took a human turn when the Patriot jet team began their aerobatics. The private precision flying unit based in Byron got a special honor. They were asked to perform a missing woman formation in honor of Fleet Week's founder, the late Senator Dianne Feinstein.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It's not something you do all the time. And so when they approached us to say, hey, can you do that? And they asked us to do it, not some other performer? Absolutely. Your Patriot Jet team from right here in the Bay Area is very proud to do it.
And proud to watch it was former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, who viewed the display with Feinstein's granddaughter.
It was so beautiful, and the response of people here in appreciation for Diane's love of aviation, love of the Navy, love of Fleet Week, and love of the Blue Angels.
The Fleet Week Air Show is a display of how limitless the possibilities are when people work together in a unified fashion. And veteran Jacob Uribis thinks there's a lesson in that for the country in general.
There's going to be valleys and there's going to be peaks, but as long as we keep on trying, and if we're not failing, we're not trying. So we're going to keep on going till we get it done.
San Francisco has always treasured its history, including the military. But once a year, it gives us all a glimpse of what's possible in the future.
Well, Fleet Week is also celebrating canines who serve our country and our community, and an event at a local park in San Francisco took place today to showcase their abilities. Dogs and their handlers demonstrated important work they do, ranging from search and rescue to sniffing out explosives. There were also therapy dogs out there trained to help paramedics and other first responders unwind and de-stress from their jobs.
A real interesting thing she does when she finds somebody that's really, really stressed out, she'll walk up and sit on their feet.
Well, people also had a chance to meet and pet some of these hardworking canines. And well, this evening, some sad news. We're learning acclaimed Bay Area celebrity chef Michael Chiarello has died. He was from Napa, owned several restaurants in Napa Valley, was also the owner of the tapas restaurant Coqueta, located along the Embarcadero in San Francisco. He was also famous for a cooking show on the Food Network. His family says he died at the hospital after being treated for an acute allergic reaction that led to anaphylactic shock. Young. And such a loss to our Bay Area community, passing away at 61 years of age. In Alameda County, fire crews quickly put out a large shed fire in San Lorenzo. Take a look at the flames that crews were up against there. This happened on Via Punta this morning. You can see the flames spread to the house. Firefighters say there were 2 people inside at the time the fire quickly put out. Nobody was hurt. The cause is under investigation. And in Solano County, fire crews put out a 36-acre vegetation fire. This happened in an area of East Tabor in Charleston streets this afternoon. Time-lapse video from the Alert wildfire cameras show that this really came close to some homes. So fire crews had to make fast work of it. They were able to get those flames contained. We're glad to tell you no structures were damaged. In Sacramento today, a busy day in the office of Governor Gavin Newsom. Kenny Choi breaks down the new bills signed into law and a few that he rejected as well.
The bills range from climate change to healthcare costs to psychedelic drugs. The governor vetoed a bill that would have decriminalized the use of psychedelic mushrooms. The bill came from San Francisco State Senator Scott Wiener. Wiener releasing a statement calling the veto a setback for a huge number of Californians. The governor said despite the veto, he supports further research. The governor also vetoed the Let Kids Hear Act. It would have required health plans to cover medically necessary hearing aids for people under the age of 21. The governor said he vetoed it because there are at least 3 programs, including Medi-Cal, that can help with the price of hearing aids. And Governor Newsom signed 2 bills focusing on corporations' impact on climate. One bill requires companies with at least $1 billion in annual revenue to publicly disclose their greenhouse gas emissions, even from activities like employee travel. It affects all industries, not just oil. The other bill signed by Newsom requires companies to release every 2 years reports disclosing climate-related financial risks and how they plan to reduce that risk. The governor also signing a bill greenlighting a project that will revitalize Piers 30 through 32 in San Francisco.
19,000 Bay Area Kaiser Permanente workers who walked off the job were back at work today. Their 3-day strike ended without reaching a new deal. The workers are seeking better pay and benefits and more staffing. The strike spanned several states as a total of 75,000 workers went on strike. Kaiser officials say talks will continue next week. The union says if that does not work, it will consider a 10-day strike sometime next month. Walgreens pharmacy workers could be the next group to walk out of a job. They're planning to stage a 3-day walkout starting Monday. Employees say harsh working conditions make it difficult to safely fill prescriptions, and they believe this could put customers at risk. This comes after pharmacy employees walked off the job at multiple CVS stores in the Kansas City area last week. We thank you so much for watching tonight. We'll see you back here at 11 o'clock. Until then, the news continues streaming on CBS News Bay Area. Have a great weekend, everybody. Be safe out there.